I'm audible to all of you. Hope you can see me, hope you can hear me. And if you can, do write in the comment section. I will cross check myself as well. So today is 29th October 2025. And again, there are some awesome articles today, as there are always. So, yes, sir. Yeah. And if you can, do write in the comment section. So I can hear myself and hope you can as well. So let's start the discussion, guys, without wasting any time. And my name is Shubham Sagar. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. Also, this is my Telegram channel. I will upload this Hindu analysis PDF by 9:30 a.m. So you can get it from there. Yesterday, I gave you people, good morning, Gajanan. So yesterday, I gave you people this particular question. Which of the following best explains the recent decline of Dogri language in Jammu region? And you have to choose the best option here. So what is the best option in this particular question? What do you think is the best answer? Government active promotion of English in school, globalization, migration, and lack of policy support, replacement of Dogri script by Devanagari, low population of Dogra community. What is the answer? And choose the best option. You may feel like there are two options which are good and you're stuck between those two, but again, you have to choose the best possible answer here. Good morning, Iltush. So as Gajanan has stated, B. B is the best answer. See, understand one thing. You can get confused between A and B because we have talked about A as well yesterday. English, active promotion. What is happening with English? It is undermining local languages, vernacular languages. But here the best possible answer is multiple factors are playing a role in undermining of Dogri language, globalization, migration, lack of policy support, etc. etc. So as Gajanan, Harshini, Iltush, all of you have stated B is the answer. Very good, yeah. MCQ 11B. Let's come back to the present and let's talk about today's article. So page number 18, Science 2, GS1, GS3, GS1 Geography, Himalayas, GS3 Disaster Management, and plus it is in Science page. Now, why this particular article is important? Setting up an early warning system for EWS they are talking about poses unique challenges. Let me show you why this article is very, one of the most important topics for you from exam perspective. Why? Let me show you. So there are some questions which are repeated themes, which you can see here. These are the questions which has been asked by UPSC multiple number of times. These are mains PYQs. If you go via these mains PYQs, differentiate the causes of landslide in Himalayan region, Western Ghats. Himalayas are highly prone to landslides. Melting of Himalayan glaciers have a far-reaching impact. Again, Himalayas, ecological carrying capacity. So you are understanding that Himalaya is a core concept of around which UPSC ask a lot of questions in both pre as well as mains, and that's why Himalayas is very important. And you need to know these kind of articles, they are very important from every perspective. They can give you in GS mains paper 1 or GS mains paper 3. Himalayas, they are young fold mountains, they are, and they have various features. They have gorges, they have V-shaped valleys, U-shaped valleys, they like gorges means gorges, canyons. So when river flows, it carves out space for itself among the hills, thereby creating something known as gorges or canyons, like Grand Canyon. Okay, so it's a fold mountain. Block mountain, Vindhya range, Satpura range, they are block mountains. Let's focus here. This article is not about fold mountain, block mountain, this and that. This is talking about there are so many disasters which are happening in Himalayas. Himalayas is, warming up at a rate faster than global average. And this is not good. Why? Because this is the third pole. They can ask you which particular region is known as third pole. Himalayas, they are known as third pole. Why they are known as third pole? Because apart from Arctic and Antarctic, North and South pole, the maximum amount of ice and snow which is there apart from Arctic and Antarctic, it is there in this region, and that's why Himalayas is known as third pole. So keep these particular facts in mind. Earlier this month, sudden blizzards, snowfall, lightning, all these things struck. Again, you can see here, see this thing. Out of 687 disasters in India, 240 occurred in Himalayas, which is around 40%. Down to Earth magazine, they are stating it. And sometimes when you will talk about the vulnerability of Himalayas, you have to cite these particular points. Disasters are continuously increasing. 1121 lines, landslides, and not only this particular fact. The rate of global warming which is happening in Himalaya is much faster. Himalayas are warming faster than the global average. 0.15, you can see here, to 0.16 per decade. Every 10 years they are getting warmer by this, according to Springer Nature paper. Now, why we don't have these early warning system. We have limited early warning system when it comes to Himalayas. We know it's so vulnerable, seismically active, climatically unstable, so we need more and more early warning system. Now the question is, how do these early warning system work? See, early warning system, as the name suggests, you need to know something beforehand. Let's say a disaster has to happen, a blizzard, heavy storm, any kind of thing. Some, there has to be some natural occurrence which is telling you that a particular hazard or disaster is going to happen. That is early warning system. Early warning system combines a lot of things. Let's say remote sensing, you have radar, or you have sensor, you have artificial intelligence, you have so many things. You combine all of them, you get early warning system. In Himalayas, we have very few early warning system. Now the question is why? When Himalaya is so vulnerable, why do we have very few early warning system in Himalayas? The answer is, many of these early warning systems, they need Wi-Fi, they need some amount of internet connectivity, which is not there in Himalayas. The second reason is they are expensive. They're very expensive. Third reason is, most of these EWS are foreign in nature. They're not indigenous. We have to bring it from outside other countries and install it in our country. So there are multiple factors. Fourth reason is, let's say you want sensor. Sensor will not work properly in Himalayan terrain. So that is another reason. There are multiple factors why we don't have these early warning system or enough early warning system in Himalayas. So this particular point you have to keep in mind. Cool, sir. So challenges in implementing EWS, this early warning system, this is not economically weaker section. So current EWS models are not indigenous. We're bringing it from outside. They are expensive. They are not indigenous, not low cost, and again, they're not weatherproof. Remote valleys lack mobile. Oh my God, mobile connectivity, as we were discussing. Internet is not there. Some of these EWS, they need internet to function. Drones have limited range. They don't function properly in these windy, rugged terrain. Rather, satellite communication is costly. So multiple factors. Now you can write these factors when a mains question is being asked. Role of AI. AI can help analyze live data. Now even here, one thing which we can do, we can install, there is limited amount of EWS which we have in Himalayas. What we have to do is, we have to combine it with community participation, involve local people. Local people, they have more ideas than us, and that is what this particular article is also talking about, how in different regions you are combining people and these EWS measures together to get a proper idea about that particular local topography. Like the people of Himachal and Uttarakhand, they are continuously telling that reduce tourism, ecological carrying capacity has been reached to its peak, but we are not listening. There is no cap on how many tourists can go there in which particular month. We keep on going there in herds and in big numbers. We should stop that ASAP. So again, we have to understand and listen to these community people. That's what this article is also saying, via giving certain examples. So examples and success stories. Swiss Alps case, a Shepherd's alert prevented a glacier collapse disaster. This can be done in India also. Chinese Academy, they have developed a GLOF, glacial lake outburst flood EWS at Siren Mako Lake using an unmanned boat. So there's a boat, they have this early warning system, and it is monitoring lake level, ice collapse, etc., etc. So these things can be done in India also. So even though there are issues, they are foreign in nature, EWS, they are expensive, sensors will not work in rugged terrain, but we can do something about it, and that's what these people are also talking about. And one project there was there in Himachal, hailstorm alerts to Apple Orchard Manager. Apple is one of the chief producer of Himachal. So again, we have done certain stuff. We still need to do a lot of things. System use AI-aided predictions and local atmospheric data for sub-kilometer. Again, you can read all these things. Hope you understood the basic rationale, what this article is talking about, why there are limited early warning system in Himalayas, why Himalayas are very important for us, and how many UPSC mains question have been asked on them. Himalayan disasters are not treated as national priority. It should be. There is an insufficient attention from scientists, and again, there should be more attention. So you look at this. I'm not reading these slides. I have given you the whole gist. Now let's solve some questions. So this particular question, and also this, solve previous mains question which I have shown. I have shown you some mains questions. Solve them as well. So Himalayas are becoming increasingly vulnerable to disasters due to climate change and anthropogenic pressures. Discuss with reference to recent event. Now, see what will happen. when you see this particular question, what you will start doing, you will start talking about Himalayas, how disasters are happening, and then what should be done to prevent it. See, this question is not asking you to answer what should be done to prevent these events. They're asking you just give some example to prove that Himalayas are highly vulnerable to disasters. There you will talk about the blizzard, etc., which came. There you will talk about 0.1.5 degrees Celsius to 0.6 degrees Celsius per decade increase in temperature. So you have to give example here. You don't have to suggest too many solutions here. Maybe in way forward, one or two suggestions you can suggest, but this is not what question is asking. They're just telling you it is increasingly vulnerable, prove it, and then you will prove it via examples. So please try to understand. Sometimes what happens, we answer what we know rather than what is being asked. So avoid that, and that can only happen when you're writing more and more answers. So here in the intro part, you can talk about how Himalayas is the third pole. We have discussed why it is known as the third pole along with Tibetan Plateau, and it has seen a sharp rise in natural disasters. And 44% of all disasters occurring in this region, but still not treated as national priority, which is a shame for a big country like us. A rising frequency of disasters. You can talk about how many disasters has happened in the last 10 years according to NASA in Himalayas. Climate change 0.15, and also talk about the sources. And there's one cheat code again which you people can use. Let me go back and tell you that particular cheat code. So Springer Nature paper, let me show you this. So Down to Earth magazine, they are saying that almost 40% of disasters which is happening in India is happening in Himalayas alone. Cool. Then Springer Nature paper, they are saying this particular thing, that Himalayas are warming faster than global average. Now let's say you know this particular data. You have an idea about this particular data, but you don't know who said it. So write it somewhere. Write it somewhere. This is a cheat code. Like for geography and environment related mains question, whenever they're asking you the source, you can write down to earth, even if you're not sure down to earth has said it. But if you know the answer is true, whatever you're writing is true, quote down to earth. Just like you have like Lancet journal. If you're talking about population health, etc., you can quote Lancet journal, even though they may not have said that. It's very difficult for the examiner to verify whether it was actually said by them or not. So, and I have told you earlier also, let's say you're writing any answer on polity, and you know some statement, some code, you don't know who said it, you can quote NCRWC, National Commission to Review the Working of Constitution, which is known as Venkatachalya Commission. This is just cheat code, guys. These things will help you. It's not like our thoughts do not matter. What different verified sources are saying, they that actually matters. And that's why even in these articles written by Hindus, they are quoting some trusted source. So make it a point or write it down somewhere. This is not cheating, this is smart study. This is how toppers are created. It's not like they're remembering every Springer Nature paper, this and that. They just know that down to earth, they talk about environment, they talk about geography. So whenever geography related, environment related question is coming, and if it is connected, if the information is true, I will say down to earth. Let's say ethics. If I'm writing an answer on ethics, I know for sure, good morning Madhubala, I know for sure that this particular information is correct. I will quote second ARC, ethics and governance. Make a note somewhere. Let's say you're writing an answer on medieval India. You're very sure that this information is correct of Delhi Sultanate before Tughlaq period. You can quote Barni. Even Tughlaq period up until Firoz Shah Tughlaq, you can quote Barni. This is smart study, guys. The sooner you understand these things, the better it is for you. Cool. Let's move on. So hope you understood in these questions. You can go down to earth. Even though Springer Nature paper, they have talked about that 0.5 or this and that. You can go down to earth for that. Nobody's going to, it's almost impossible to know who said that actually. So hope you understood the basic rationale here. Cool, sir. So again, here you will have to talk about the examples, how things are changing for the worse in Himalayas. You don't have to suggest too many solutions here because this mains answer is not asking you that, this particular mains question. Let's solve some questions now. MCQ 1. So according to studies, the Himalayas are warming faster than the global average at a rate of, and again, why I have given you this question? Will UPSC ask you these kind of factual questions? The answer is no. But when you are solving these MCQs, you will remember stuff. This particular information is very important for us to quote it in mains answer. And we know one question every year, every second year comes on Himalayas, either in pre or in mains or both. So Gajanan, Harshini, Iltush, all of you have given the answer. The answer is B, 0.15 to 0.6 degrees Celsius per decade. PYQ2 asked by UPSC in 2012. Again, this has nothing to do with what we have studied just now. Use your existing knowledge to solve this question. Use option elimination and think. This is young fold mountain, how they are different from Vindhyas and Satpuras who are block mountains. What happens in young fold mountains? Try to solve this question. Even if you're getting this question wrong, don't worry at all. You have to revise your static portion also. This first article is a standard example of static plus dynamic portion, so you have to revise. Very good. Matt King has also given the answer. So now let's solve. When you travel in Himalayas, you will see following: deep gorges, U-turn river courses, parallel mountain ranges, steep gradients causing landslides. Try it out. Don't worry about it. Which of the above can be said to be evidence for Himalayas being young fold mountains? So young fold mountains, they are young. They are witnessing these features like steep gradients causing landslide. You will not see that much in Vindhyas and Satpuras. You will see it in Western Ghats, but they're not part of Vindhyas and Satpuras. Block mountains, they have Horst and Graben. So generally 3 and 4 you will see in young fold mountains. Harshini has given the answer, Iltush has given the answer. So third and fourth is correct. If third and fourth is correct, you will eliminate A and B. Now you have to check 1 and 2. Deep gorges, they are also, you just compare, Vindhya Satpura with Himalayas. Do we have deep gorges, etc., U-turn? Or even if they have it, does fold mountain also have it? So the answer is yes. U-turn river courses. So all the statements are correct. Why is my voice gone? D is the answer, Gajanan, Madhu. So do revise. All these features are features of young fold mountains. They have gorges, they have river courses, U-turn river courses, they have parallel mountain ranges, they have steep gradients. Again, it's a static question. Based on your static knowledge, revise fold mountains, revise block mountains, revise what is Horst, what is Graben. All these terms are actually important. They are associated with block mountains in India and world. All the points are there. Again, don't worry if you're getting this question wrong. This was not concerning our current article. We were just doing it so that you can revise the static part as well. Now, this question is important from like current perspective. You should get this question correct. In the context of EWS, early warning system, which of the following challenges are correctly identified in Himalayas? Limited mobile and internet connectivity and use option elimination, high cost, over reliance on imported EWS, lack of community training to operate systems. So we know limited mobile and internet connectivity is there. So first has to be there. If first has to be there, ABD is left. High cost of satellite communication, that is also there. So now that you don't need to check, they are there anywhere and everywhere. Over reliance on imported EWS, we know we don't have enough early warning system in our country. We are importing it from other countries. So third is also correct. If third is correct, now you're left with A and D. So Gajanan, Madhubala, Harshini, they have given the answer. So the answer is D. Lack of community training. That's what we are saying. Involve communities, involve local people, listen to them and train them. Like there were some examples which we have seen, how in Himachal, Apple were saved from the upcoming storms, etc. So that thing should be happening more and more. And that thing will only happen when you are making these local people aware about how these drones or artificial intelligence, etc., will work. So yes, there is lack of awareness among these people. Swiss Alps case, Shepherd's alert prevented a glacier collapse result. So this should not be a one-off occurrence. You have to make them aware. If communities are aware, anyway the disaster will reduce, because then they will inform the authorities. Because they are not aware how these EWS work and what they should do in these scenarios, we are witnessing so many disasters with each passing year in Himalaya. So yes, there is lack of community training. Cool. Iltush, are you understanding? I can understand why you answered A. The answer is D. Don't get frustrated, but hope you are understanding. Yes, there is lack of community training. We are not training our local people properly in those areas. Next article, which is again editorial